We're now at the largest general aviation airport in the state. It is called the Lowcountry Regional Airport, and the manager of this airport in Colleton County and Walterboro is Tommy Rowe. Good to see you with us.
Thank you. Good to be here.
It is absolutely spectacular. We're in the terminal, and was built in 2019, finished, with several grants, and also through the help of Colleton County. So you want to talk about that a little bit?
Right. Well, several years ago, 8 or 10 years ago, I guess, the county had a 1-cent tax referendum, sales tax referendum, and it funded about 10 projects for the county and in the city also, and we were one of those projects.
And the Aeronautical Commission.
Yeah, well, they helped us out. The total value from the tax referendum was like 1.6 million.
Right.
And the State Aeronautics Commission gave us 500,000, and then we put in a couple of $100,000 of our own to make up the total cost.
And so it's so welcoming and accommodating for the pilots that are in and out. What do they say?
Well, thank you. They like it. They feel comfortable here. They have a lot of room. We have a good conference room. We have a big pilot's lounge. And also with a separate private bathroom and shower that they could use if they like, and it's easy for them to come in, and if they got food, they can sit at our tables and eat and take time and just relax.
And you have 2 runways. One is over 6,000 feet, and one's over 5,000.
Yeah, 5,700. Yes.
Right, and you had a tornado. From what I understand, several years ago, you had a big T hangar, basically wiped that out, and 21 airplanes were destroyed.
Yes, it looked like a war zone out here. It was really terrible, but we're still recovering from it.
Right.
It's not all done yet, but we're about to get to see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Well, Tommy, you've been around for a while, so what can you share with our viewers about what this airport and these other smaller airports do for the economic development of the area and quality of life?
Well, for one thing, like this airport, the Lowcountry Regional, we have a big conference room that's very comfortable, easy to use, with good video equipment and sound equipment. And if any prospective industry people want to come in and meet right here in our conference room, they can do that.
Right.
And it's easy for the people in the town and the county to come out here and just they all get together, and the people can fly in and meet and then fly right back out.
Well, it's the privacy, it's the quietness. They don't want to fly into Charleston or Savannah or Columbia. They'd rather have this kind of the secrecy of being here and making their decisions. Well, that's part of it, and it's you don't have to take your shoes off to come in our airport. It's it's quick and private and easy to do and comfortable. And I mean, if they want to plan a lunch meeting, they can have a lunch meeting, and it all works. Tell me, I understand that the Tuskegee Airmen actually trained here before they went off to war, World War II.
Yes, they did. This was, in fact, their last training air base until they went overseas to fight in the war.
For how many years?
They were here, I think, about 3 years. And we have a Tuskegee Monument, a park over there right across the road from the terminal.
Yeah, that's fascinating. So what are the future plans for this airport?
Well, we want to build new corporate hangars. We have a waiting list for hangars now, partly hurt by the tornado, but we have a need for corporate hangars also. And so that's a long-term plan, as well as more T hangars.
Now you're a pilot, right? You've been a pilot for many, many years.
Many years. I flew Navy jets for about 5 years, and I've always loved aviation.
One thing I've noticed at most of the airports that we've been to, there's rocking chairs outside. What is that? Is that some symbolism?
Well, Walterboro is known as the front porch of the Lowcountry. So that's definitely why we had to have rocking chairs out here.
Right. Thank you, Tommy Rowe, who is the airport manager here at the Lowcountry Regional Airport in Colleton County. We have learned so much about the economic impact of local aviation. Join us next as we continue our journey and meet Richie Smith with Crosswind Aviation.
And with me now is Richie Smith. He is the owner of Crosswind Aviation and pilot of this Pilatus plane.
Pilatus PC-12.
PC-12 that is a charter, but also there's an owner. And so why is it here, and what do you, how are you involved with this airport?
I'm an airborne cab driver. That's about what it amounts to.
And you've been flying ever since you said 16?
I started formal instruction when I was 12, soloed the day I turned 16, so I've been around airplanes my whole life.
But tell us a little bit about your company and how you utilize these smaller airports in this area and why that's so important.
You know, people need to get to small towns and they don't want to deal with commercial. That's why they buy airplanes like this. The small airports serve to get closer, quicker.
Right.
You know, we can do in one day what you could do 3 or 4 days in commercial. Straight to the plant, 2 miles up the road. You know, a lot of times there's a courtesy car and we're in and out in 30 minutes. Hour later, we're at the next place, another state away. And so they are able to visit 3 different states or multiple locations in a day, and it's a time machine.
Well, and we're visiting a lot of the rural airports, but what is special about Bamberg?
It's small, it's welcoming.
Yes. Yeah.
It's space. A lot of the bigger airports they're busting at the seams. There's no hangar space, there's no room.
Yeah.
And so these small airports, you know, for a company like me, it gives me the space to store, clean, have the airplanes ready, go pick up the owners. And
so you have a partnership, obviously, with Bamberg County Airport and with Joey.
Right.
Yeah. And you've been working with them for quite a while.
For better part of a year now, yeah.
Okay,
a little over
very
a year.
good.
So.
Anything else you want to share about your company and exactly what you provide for these businessmen and industries that are going to want to move into this area?
Yeah, so the charter is really, I guess, a fill-in. I stay pretty busy with owners, but I've got a lot of people that, you know, call me up and they don't want to own the airplane. They don't want the headache of maintenance and hangar and management and all the costs associated with an airplane, and so they can do a one-off trip, you know, as a charter. And so it also actually works for my company with managing 12 airplanes that, you know, I can, if one airplane's in maintenance, we can charter. Okay. So it gives a lot of flexibility for when airplanes go down, when you get in it and the starter doesn't work, or it's a good backup, good redundancy.
So as a pilot, do you know everything about an airplane? Do you know how to fix it? Do you know how to, you said you clean it.
Everything, yeah. Everything.
Did you hear? He said everything. Richie Smith.
I've got a shop in Charleston that does most of our work.
Okay, very cool.
So we've actually got multiple shops, yeah.
Yeah, very good. Crosswind Aviation, Richie Smith.